Hello, brick sculptors, and welcome back to Brick Sculpt. This is Chris, and I have some bad news. I'm starting over. Completely. Well, not totally, but pretty much. Let me explain. This here is my obelisk, and as you can see, I've made a ton of progress on it. I got a lot more parts in. I'm still waiting on a couple things. I've still got some gray brackets in here. This side is completely white and basically finished. This side is filled out. Again, still got some gray brackets. This is the final side I haven't filled out yet, and it is really close to done. And unfortunately, last night I was editing my video, and I went on the Discord server, and that's when I saw this. And Luca, I love you. Your stuff is so great, but why'd you have to do this? I stared at this picture for an hour last night. And then I woke up this morning and stared at it again. And my wife even caught me and she goes, "What the heck are you doing?" Because I was staring at my computer screen and just spinning the gears in my head thinking, how can I come up with an excuse that this design is not better? And I couldn't do it. And then I thought, well, I guess the purpose of this video is to make the ultimate obelisk. And if this one's better, even by 1 or 2 or 3 or 10%, I kind of have to do it. And I still think it is basically my design. It's definitely tweaked, and I think Luca did a great job of improving this. I went through all the options. Is it just as strong? Does it look better? It obviously looks better. It is very strong. I do think this design is a little bit stronger, but I have to do it. This is the issue here, this one ridge, and that's because these plates meet up at an angle. So first thing I did was I built a prototype, just this little tiny section to see what the corners would look like. And these here represent the connection pieces between the left and right side. And I looked at this, I checked how tight it is and how good it looks, and I said, yeah, it's better. And then I thought, well, what else? Brackets. As you can tell, I've had a hard time getting white brackets. I've scoured Bricklink, Brick Owl. You can find sellers that have them, but a lot of times they're expensive and they only have a handful, so I have to buy them from 2 or 3 sources, which means I got to pay a lot of shipping. Or I'll find some and they've got a decent amount, but then I go in that store and they have nothing else that I want, so I'd be basically doing an order and paying shipping just for brackets. I haven't found a good source for just those white brackets. This design Luca made was so good, I had to make it happen, so I checked the one last source I hadn't checked. It's usually the last place I go because it's usually not the best price. Lego Online Pick-a-Brick. Lego Online Pick-a-Brick sells these brackets for 8 cents a piece. $5 shipping. I got 250 of them for 25 bucks. Can't beat that. They're already in the mail, and this design will be moving forward. So this obelisk will be scrap. No, it won't. I'm kidding. This top is still going to get used. The beauty of this new design is all of the plug sections will work just fine with the new design. I'm just changing the edges. Now, a lot of the pieces in here will get changed, but they are going to get changed. The plugs will be reused. The cap will be reused. And the fit up is going to be so much nicer because it won't have this weird edge. It'll be a perfectly sharp edge. And the top will meet perfectly flush. I apologize for this being laying down. It is too dang big to film it in a landscape mode without having some gigantic studio, which I don't have. If anyone wants to donate one, let me know. Now, I'm not going to leave you there. I had to try it. So let me show you what I came up with. Now, on this design, I had to think, how do I want to do the panels? And this is what I came up with. I'm going to have 2 different shapes. And the reason I went this way, as opposed to putting brackets on both of these and having them asymmetrical left and right, I wanted to make left and right symmetrical on these and have just 2 different styles. The reason is, one of the trickier parts of this design is putting the whole thing together once it's all plugged up, is because there's a really strong connection on these corners with a lot of redundant pieces that makes it super strong. And with this, with a little bit less strength in it, it actually has an easier connection, and I think it'll be a lot easier to put together the final product. Now, one thing I want to mention with this whole entire obelisk project, people keep mentioning Lego ideas, Lego ideas, Lego ideas, and ideally, I think it'd be awesome if I got there, and we'll see how that turns out. But before I do get there, I need to make sure this is something that's buildable. Some of the designs out there, if they're crazy, stupid, intricate, where they're impossible to build, Lego's not going to take that idea. They can't build things that are way, way, way too advanced and put that into a set where people are actually going to buy it and be able to build it. At least that's my opinion. So though I want this to be complicated and challenging and really, really, really detailed, it also has to be manageable, where people could actually buy this and build it. Now, real simple here. We got basically a row of bricks with tile on the front. I've got my round connections, just like on this, and this represents this top portion right here. And then on these ones, basically looks like the face that I already have, but with brackets on the backside. And these are going to marry together just like this. And what you get is a perfectly sharp, it'll look better once that line goes away, perfectly sharp, crisp corner all the way down right there. And when I say this will be easier to assemble, I mean because of this. I can stick these together while my plugs are already in, lay it on its face like that, and then take the last side with the plugs in, slide it in, and gently, these will be a lot stronger once the plugs are in, but gently push these together, completing my obelisk. So I don't have to worry about how am I going to jimmy these last plugs in, because again, if this ever does become a Lego Ideas set, it has to be buildable. If it's too challenging, they're going to say, well, that's an awesome sculpture and really, really cool job, but how is anyone going to actually build that? Next, I had to figure out how to attach the top, which actually wasn't too difficult, just more brackets. And these are just going to slide in between each of these. Now, this is slightly illegal up here. This tile is illegal, this tile is illegal, and this piece here is illegal. I'm not super worried about that at this point. I do believe, correct me if I'm wrong, but I do believe that if Lego Ideas sets are put out there, if they have illegal techniques and Lego doesn't like them, that if they like the set, they will still take it on and they will correct them. I might be wrong about that, but that's what I've been told. So once those are in, we can then connect our top. And the beauty of this is it lines up perfectly. So we have no awkward step there. The only real steps in this entire obelisk are going to be these guys on the top. So let me know what you think. Do you like this design better? You think it was a good move? Or do you think I'm a fool for starting over? If you want to see more of these tips and tricks and all this cool stuff, the Discord server is full of awesome suggestions and lots of Lego experts on there who are really good at this stuff and can give you great advice. I've had people going on there posting up questions of their own or they're having trouble with certain builds, and these guys eat it up. They jump right in and help people out, which is super cool. I love the community on there. If you like these videos, please like and subscribe because I'm going to do more just like this in the future, and we will see you next time.